Inside DHA's Box of Rock with my old dear friend, the one and only Scott Stapp. I am so happy to have you here.
So good to be here with you.
Congratulations on just an amazing, amazing new record, The Space Between the Shadows.
Thank you so much.
And a reconnection with the fans. Talk to me a little bit about the journey of this record, putting it together, getting out on the road and supporting it, and the way that people have been responding to it, which has just been incredible.
Yeah, I mean, it took a while. I think once I initially, began the major life changes, to be ready to make this record, and I think eventually, with the clarity and with this renewed vigor and passion, the swell started to happen, and I knew it was time to make a record. And so I called up a couple buddies of mine that I had written songs with over the years, Marty Fredrickson and Scott Stevens. And I was like, man, I want you guys to produce the record. Because I knew...
Amazing talents.
Amazing talents. Yeah. And I knew that...
They're not like the guys on the corner.
Yeah.
No.
We're close friends. And so I knew that they would challenge me. They would push me. They would tell me straight up, no, dude, you need to go back and work on that some more. I also knew that what we wrote together, it would be like iron sharpens iron. And, it would just, to be honest with you, it was like a band. I mean, sometimes we had like band wars, but we loved each other. And so there was respect in it. But there was, I think with every great project, of course, there's conflict and chaos sometimes can be part of what makes it so special.
That's the great chemistry, I think.
And that's the chemistry that we have. And also Zach Malloy, formerly of the Nixons, we've been writing together for years. Blair Daly as well, and so we were a band, man, and we got in there and just went at it together, and four of us being lead singers. And so imagine four lead singers.
No, I can't imagine four lead singers. And one of them especially being Scott Stapp, who is really the voice of a generation, the voice of a 90s generation, because you guys really changed the game. Creed changed the game for a lot of bands, for a lot of the ways that we viewed music and rock music as a whole. There were bands that came out of that era. I thought you guys were game changers. I thought Godsmack was a game. It was sort of like a turn in what was happening. So to have all those talented people together and you being one of them, that had to really be, talk about an explosion.
It was an explosion. It was fire. It was love. It was tears. It was hard work and dedication. And I was committed to just pouring out my heart and my soul, and speaking my truth and being clear. I wanted to be understood. I didn't want to hide. I think early in my career, a lot of times, when I would address iffy or touchy things, I would kind of mask it within poetry and analogy and prose and not really, face it head on. And with this record, I think everything that I talk about lyrically is head on. And there's no,
Well, there's an authenticity, I think, about you as an artist. And dare I say it, I think it's emerged even more recently when you started the solo career. Because I think that you just sort of were kind of like, listen, this is who I am. This is what I do. It's out there.
Right.
There are those of you who like me. There are those of you who may not like me. But it's not that I don't care, but it's sort of like, this is what it is. This is who I am. Yeah.
And I think some of that, at least for me, comes with maturity, with age.
I think for everyone too. I just think that people like you who are in the public eye and are rock stars, again, dare I say it, you're held under such a microscope. You're not really allowed to sort of be a person who screws up and F's up and makes mistakes like the rest of us, and we can just kind of walk away from it.
Imagine if there was social media in the 80s and 70s. Imagine that.
I can't. I absolutely can't. It would have been horrifying.
You know what I mean?
For all of us.
My story would have been like, we've heard that 1,000 times.
Correct. Absolutely. No question about it.
You know what I mean? But, I think I look back with no regrets. I mean, everything that happened in my life up to this point has led me to my wife, my children, this record, this newfound peace and passion and love.
And did your children sing background?
Yeah,
were they,
did.
They were in the choir.
They did on Wake Up Call.
It's
this
incredible.
record.
It's such a. When I was listening to it, I was like, "Oh, this is great. This is great." And then I was like, "Wait a minute, there's a choir." Then I did a little history, and I'm like, "Oh my God, those are the Stapp children. That's awesome."
Yeah, Lookout World. My daughter is a little rocker chick, man. She plays electric guitar.
Oh,
she
boy.
plays piano. She
amazing.
sings. She produces. And my little guy Daniel. It's so funny. I had him on stage the other night for his birthday because he wanted to sing "Face of the Sun" with me. It's his favorite song. And at home, when we're rocking out, he's like, "This is how I'm going to do it."
Is that what he does?
Yeah. No, he got up on stage and froze.
Oh no!
You know, and it was so adorable. And I had my arm around him, and I was comforting him, like, because I had been there.
Yeah.
You know, I had been when I was younger. I had one of those moments in front of an audience. But he got through it, and so it was just those are priceless moments.
Priceless moments,
and things that I can fully digest and feel, and that's what life is all about.
And I think you feel too how happy, like when we had our show here tonight for less than 100 people, there were people that were yelling out as you were singing, of course, welcome back, because they just can't contain their enthusiasm for you. The reconnection, I think, with the fans, with this record in particular, has really been quite incredible. You've been going out, meeting the fans, doing small things, doing radio gigs, doing little acoustic things. And acoustic is not easy. As I've often said, you're there with your schwinger hanging out. I mean, there's no hiding behind a drum solo. You're doing an acoustic thing.
Yeah.
So the reconnection with the fans has just been incredible, and you've got to feel how happy they are to have you back.
I absolutely feel it, and I'm just overwhelmed, you know, and it's a mutual love. And the other thing, too, is I had to reconnect with my friends at radio and my friends within the industry, you know what I mean? So there was a lot of reconnecting and even still more to do. But yeah, man, you know, I like I said, I am so proud of this record and just so full of a newfound energy and passion that I'll do whatever it takes, because I feel like this is what I'm supposed to do with my life.
One of my favorite records of the year so far.
Thank you.
There's not, all killer, no filler. There's not a dud on it. You start it. It takes you on a musical journey. And you really, I think, get a better understanding as to what your journey has been like by listening to this record.
Well,
and your family to us. My experiences with Scott have always been where I'm just like, Scott Stapp's coming in? Really? That's incredible. Whether it's you doing solo stuff or with Art of Anarchy or on this new record, you are always just a pleasure to talk to, authentic, honest, and real. And thank you so much.
And I love you too.
Thanks for
You've always been there. Thank you. Thank you.